Welcome into the Chiefs Report. I'm Harrison Graham. If you're being sent over from our main Chat Sports YouTube channel, you know we're talking about Sammy Watkins and his future in 2020. If you're watching for the first time on our Chiefs channel, appreciate it. Go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. So, the latest big rumor surrounding the Chiefs as we continue to celebrate Super Bowl 54 victory is the Chiefs want to keep Sammy Watkins in 2020. The problem is there's several challenges. Chiefs don't have a ton of cap space. He's set to make $21 million as far as his cap hit goes in 2020. Will he be willing to take a pay cut? That's the big question. He talked about that before the Super Bowl, said it would be a decision he would have to make. This is the salary breakdown for Watkins next season. Cap hit of $21 million. His base salary of $13.75 million. That is the number that would have to go down because that signing bonus is locked in, which ties into that dead cap. If Kansas City cuts Sammy Watkins, it'll save him $14 million, but he's locked in for that $7 million signing bonus. He will get that regardless. So you would have to, this is my approach. I'll just say it right here. I go to Sammy Watkins and I say, hey, you're a good player on a great team that we have here in Kansas City. Got to pay some guys. Got to cut your base salary in half. If that's unacceptable to you, may have to say goodbye. Now, if you look at his season as a whole, kind of so solid for a number 2 receiver, 673 yards and 3 touchdowns. You see the stat below, though, in the playoffs, that's when he really turned it on, almost 300 yards and a touchdown in 3 playoff games, including the big-time catch over Richard Sherman to set up the game-winning drive in Super Bowl 54. We will always remember that. What do you guys think? Do you want Sammy Watkins back in Kansas City next season? Type Y for yes, type N for no. I expect to see a lot of Ys in the comments. We all want him back. You just can't bring him back with his current cap hit. $21 million is just too much money for what Sammy Watkins brings to the table. I like him. He's a good player. He's not an elite player, and he's making money that an elite player makes in 2020. Can't pay him that much. Got to make less and take a pay cut. Now, if you're watching for the first time here on the Chiefs Report, we do a lot of stuff. So go ahead and subscribe. Chatsports.com/Chiefs is the link, but just hit that big red button. Rumors, news, free agency, draft coverage. We want to ramp up our videos in the offseason. A lot of channels, they slow things down after the season ends. They're still hung over after that Super Bowl win. We're keeping it rolling here on the Chiefs Report. We're ramping up our coverage. We want to gear up for that big 2020 season when we are going to try and repeat. Chatsports.com/Chiefs. Hit that big red button for Chiefs videos all off season long. Now let's look at some notable free agents for the Chiefs because keep in mind, Kansas City only has just less than $19 million in cap space, and they would like to keep some of these guys around for the future. Chris Jones is a great example. If you re-sign him, it's going to cost you about what you have in current cap space. So you don't want him to be the only guy you bring back. Bashaud Breeland, who played great in the playoffs and down the stretch. He made $2 million last year, might make more next year. You would like to keep at least one of him or Kendall Fuller, who played great in the playoffs as well. Your left guard, Andrew Wiley, is a free agent. Mike Pennell is a free agent. That doesn't even include guys like DeMarcus Robinson. Both your backup quarterbacks, Matt Moore and Chad Henne, you're going to have to address that position. The Chiefs have not a ton of big-name free agents, but they have some guys they would like to bring back. And Sammy Watkins making $21 million against the cap, that number's got to go down if they want to keep some of these guys. Now, today's show is brought to you by BetDSI, the internet's #1 sportsbook. No surprise here, Chiefs leading the way in the AFC West for projected win totals next season at 11.5. I like the over on that. I think they win at least 12 games next year. Broncos at 8, Chargers at 7.5, Raiders coming in with a projected 7-9 record. If you want to go bet on any of this stuff, go to BetDSI, chatsports.com/bet. That'll get you to the sign-up page at BetDSI. Don't forget, use that promo code NFL120. Get that 120% deposit bonus. I recommend putting $100 down. You get $120 for free. You lose a couple of bets and experience better, no problem. That's why you got the leftover money. That's what BetDSI is trying to help you out. That's how we're trying to help you out. Go get signed up today. Like another reason the Chiefs have to look at this, logically is you've got a guy, Mecole Hardman, and say, look, Sammy, we like you, but we need you to take a pay cut, and if you're not willing to, we'll roll with Mecole Hardman as our secondary receiver next to Tyreek Hill. He had half the catches this year, guys, only 130 yards less than Sammy Watkins. 21 yards per catch, double the touchdowns in the regular season, long of 83. He's more of a big play player. Now, we know Watkins can stretch the field and make big plays. He did it throughout the playoffs. He was the better player than Hardman and probably still is a better player at this point in his career. But Hardman's making hardly anything on a rookie contract. Sammy Watkins making $21 million. I'd rather roll with Hardman for cheap. Want to keep Watkins, but got to cut that salary cap hit in half if possible. That's the approach I would take if I'm the Kansas City Chiefs.